There are a lot of questions about COVID-19, the new variant, the Delta variant, what to do, masks going forward. Let's try to get some answers where things stand tonight on the pandemic. Joining us is U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy. General Murthy, thanks for being here.
Of course, glad to be with you, Brett.
Let's start with the Delta variant, and we've heard a lot about it. And how serious is this? And if you're vaccinated, should you be worried about this?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Brett. I am very worried about the Delta variant. This is a version of COVID-19 that is far more transmissible than any variant we've seen to date. There's some data that indicates it may also be more dangerous, but more to come on that. But what we've seen around the world, Brett, is that it has spread very fast. In India, in the United Kingdom, in the UK, it's nearly 100% of new cases, and it's doubled nearly every 2 weeks here in the United States. But the good news is that the vaccines that we have appear to be effective against the Delta variant. So if you are vaccinated, you're in good shape. If you are not vaccinated, unfortunately, you are at greater risk because we have a highly transmissible variant that is spreading quickly, and that's the Delta variant.
Well, that's the thing. So if, let's say I've got Pfizer and I've done the 2 doses, I should feel good, okay?
If you're fully vaccinated, you should feel good. That's right. You should feel that you've got, and nothing is 100%, but you've got a high degree of protection against symptomatic infection and an even higher, greater than 95% protection against hospitalization and death.
Right. So here we are dealing with communities that are considering getting back into mask mandates. Now, a lot of these communities have pretty high percentages of vaccination rates. I mean, we've done as a country pretty well getting shots in arms. So where are you on that, on masks?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Brett, because I know this has been a source of confusion. And what we're seeing across the country, just to level set here, is we're seeing a lot of variation. Some parts of the country that have really high vaccination rates, other parts of the country that have really low vaccination rates, 30% or below in some cases, compared to the 80% above we're seeing in other parts of the country. And in parts of the country where there are low vaccination rates, we are starting to see more outbreaks driven by the Delta variant. Here's what the science tells us about masking, though. It tells us that if you are fully vaccinated, that means 2 weeks after your last dose, that you are highly protected and your chances of both getting sick and transmitting the virus to someone else are low. And that's why the CDC came out and said that if you're fully vaccinated, because of that low risk, that you don't have to mask indoors or outdoors. Now, there are some circumstances where individuals may decide they want to continue masking. Maybe they're in an area that's at high risk. Maybe they live at home with unvaccinated individuals. There are also circumstances where localities may decide that they want to put in place more restrictive measures. And that is absolutely their right to do so. But the science is clear that if you are fully vaccinated, your risk of getting COVID-19 is low.
Last thing, I mean, when it comes to planes and transportation, you're thinking maybe we're not going to see those masks go away anytime soon?
Well, it's a good question, and it's something that CDC is actively evaluating. As the new science comes in, as we learn more about the variants, about how the virus is spreading in the United States, then they continue to reevaluate their guidance. So for the time being, though, their current guidance is to keep masking on planes and in other public transportation. With the Delta variant spreading, I think that's concerning to many of us. So if and when the science changes, their guidance will change. I don't think that's happening today, but it's something that we'll have to evaluate on a day-by-day, week-by-week basis.
Dr. Vivek Murthy, the U.S. Surgeon General, we thank you for your time and your service.
Thank you so much, Brett. Take care and stay safe.